Hey Shimmy fans, it's Magdalena Christina with BellyOmaha.com, and this is your Monday Shimmy Fix. Happy Monday! Today I'd like to talk a little bit about figure eights. Now typically when I'm showing a horizontal figure eight to my students, I want them to keep the movement parallel to the ground. So, if we're starting in the back, it's back, side, front, sliding it through, trying to keep those hips just parallel to the ground without doing any kind of raise, without doing any kind of drop, just on the single horizontal plane. Well, we're going to create a little dimension with our figure eight today by adding a bit of a level change to it. And so for this one, I like to use my feet to help me out a little bit. So I'm going to bring these up so you can see what my feet are doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to start our figure eight from the back. So just kind of a twist to the back. And then as I bring the hip out and to the side, I'm going to start rolling up through my foot so that by the time I swing it to the front, I'm up to the ball of my foot, and then I'm just going to bring my hips back, and that's going to bring both feet flat again. So I twist the hip to the back, take it out to the side and slightly up, bring it in into the front, and I'm all the way up to the ball of my foot, and then bring them just straight back. All right, and that resets it so I'm ready to go on the other side. So here's the other side. I'm going to bring the hip back, around to the side, around to the front, pull it back. And now, so it kind of puts that figure eight on a little tilt. So back, up to the side, up to the front, pull it back. Back, around to the side, around to the front. I'm at my highest, pull it back. So back, around, front, pull back. Back, around, front, pull back. So it just really creates a little texture on that figure eight, gives it a little bit more dimension. And not that there's anything wrong with our old everyday figure eights, but this allows you to give a little variety, maybe play on a dynamic. The way that I see this used a lot is if maybe there's been music that's that's very big and boisterous, and then it comes down into kind of a more intense kind of lower dynamic in the music. You might see, a lot of times I see a dancer with her arms kind of outstretched like this, almost like she's drawing you in and using those hips. I've heard different names for these hips. Some people call them Zaki hips, but as I watch Zaki, I don't really observe her using this movement. But I do still sometimes call them Zaki hips just because that seems to be a common name. So I hope that you enjoy that little tilted figure eight. I'd love to see you using it in your own dancing at home. And remember, these tutorials are not a substitute for live classes with an instructor. So I hope to see you soon. And until next week, happy shimmies.